Bout of Realms Day 3, let's do this. I am pretty much naming this week PvP week because obviously we've got Bout of Realms every day and I'm going to be sharing every match that we play for this. So this was our first match of day 3. Now, as always, we weren't entirely sure on some of the names. There's a few matches we played tonight where we did recognise some player names from Battleground, but couldn't remember what kind of resonance they were or anything like that. And yeah, it was challenging for a couple of the matches this evening, so I'll be sharing all of them with you in this video. I have put markers in for each match as well because I know a few of you that we played against wanted to see the video of your own match, so I will put markers in so that you can see match 1, 2 and 3 clearly marked on here. So yeah, this was our first match of the evening. It seemed to be going pretty smoothly, so we were quite happy with this. We really wanted to get 3 wins tonight because we're kind of neck and neck with a lot of other teams on our server for Bout of Realms, and obviously we kind of wanted to gain a few more points. What I noticed is that rank 5 to 18, I think it is, all have the exact same points. So how they choose which is rank 5th, like which is rank 5 and which is 18th, I really don't know when everyone has the same score, but we'll see what happens as the week goes on. So at this point, you can see we managed to push this team back to their spawn point, and I was just kind of waiting around to make sure that no one tried to rush past to get to the centre and claim the Guardian, because obviously that is what we want to be able to grab as soon as possible. And I kind of went a little bit kamikaze here as well, I'm not going to lie. I was probably a little bit too risky, but it's fun. It's fun to be risky sometimes. Now, one thing that I did do with this build, as you can see, I did swap out the Lightning Nova Essence to Coat of the Astrum once again. Is it Coat of the Astrum? I think that's what it's called. Instead of the Isolated Storm that I've been using the last couple of nights. And I did actually find I had a little bit more success with that, I think, just because it allowed me to keep my distance a little bit when I needed to, and I could kind of just activate that skill and bandage when I needed to throughout the battles. So that's what I changed out. So I've gone with the generic spam wizard build for PvP here, basically. And at this point, I was running back to the centre. You can see we're getting really close to 800 points. And just as I got here, 800 points hit. And it was only myself and our teammate here at the Guardian. And I almost got killed by the Guardian. So I decided to bandage again. And you can see we're coming up close to the required points to win the match as well. And just like that, we took the Guardian down and the match was over. So the first battle was quite clearly, as you could tell, a victory. So really happy with how that went. Was a little bit unbalanced with the resonance, so we did have higher resonance than most of their players, which was a shame because it's always quite nice to get a balanced match. But just one of those things. So yeah, this was the overall result. Really happy with that score, and I got a badge there as well, so that's always nice to see. So second match, once again, we looked at the names. We always write a little bit in the chat at the start, and we always try and say hi and be friendly and stuff. It's always nice to have a laugh with the people that you're going to possibly get annihilated by. So yeah, we kind of had our teams split differently for these matches. So we tried a few different strategies this evening for each match with regards our team setup and who we had. A few of our people, or someone on our team, class swapped from the first day and then class swapped on the second day. So it's changed up the team a little bit with that. And so we swapped a few people around into which, what the team or how the team was split, should I say. So I was trying to focus here on centre. As you can see, I had a load of people on my arse at once. And yeah, I got defeated there by Demon Girl, who I believe is 6,000 resonance. I think someone checked at the end of the match. I didn't bother checking on this one. I don't know why. I think because we were all on voice chat, so people were kind of just communicating over voice chat anyway. But yeah, I was really focusing on trying to make sure that we kept that centre effigy. So yeah, pushing forward here and trying to keep them from getting to the centre effigy, which can be difficult. They had a few strong players with regards to the class that they're playing. Obviously, Druid is pretty strong, pretty hard to beat. A lot of classes now have a crazy amount of immunity to lots of different things. And Wizard doesn't really have that. Wizard is kind of like, yeah, missing that now. All the classes seem to be given more and more immunity, and Wizard just gets nerfed. So that's how it is. That's my little comment on that. Had to retreat here to bandage because I took quite a lot of damage from all those players there, and I really didn't want to die again. I felt like someone was using fairly high potency as well. I have fairly low resistance. It's something that I need to work on, and I'm possibly going to do that this week. I may share a video when I make that change. I'll obviously keep you guys updated like I always do, because I prefer to just share with you what I'm doing with my build and such. As you can see, the scores are building up. So we're kind of neck and neck with this team. We're just very slightly ahead. And I was trying my best to just stop players from being alive. So yeah, I was trying my best just to take players down as soon as I saw them so that they couldn't get anywhere near our effigies. You can see we have got control of a few on the map, but they are trying to take the top one back. And yeah, this was a tricky match. It was a lot of fun, but there was a lot of classes that are kind of tricky for Wizard to defeat. So it was a little bit more challenging than some of the other matches and than the previous match was. As you saw there as well, we're getting a little bit of rubber banding, a little bit of lag. One of the people on our team actually had to pull over on their way home from work to participate in the matches tonight. So thank you for doing that. And another one of our teammates, she had issues with her internet being kind of just cutting out and stuff. So it was a little bit more challenging for this match. But yeah, we carried on pushing forward as a team. And as I said before, we were all on voice chat for this, which makes it a lot easier because if someone needs support in one area of the map, you know exactly where to go to support them. So yeah, that's been a huge advantage playing it with that. But as you can see from the minimap, they were trying to push closer and closer to the center again as we're getting more near to the 800 points. It's yeah, this one was a challenge, definitely, and they definitely kept us on our toes, which is more fun. It's definitely, I keep saying that word, definitely, oh my gosh, I enjoy it so much more when the matches are slightly more balanced with resonance, because it's more of a challenge, it's more interesting, it keeps you on your toes. You kind of see different strategies that other people are using when it's more balanced, whereas when you get like a whale match, obviously you know straight away, right, we're just getting taken down over and over again. Or if you get a team that is much lower resonance than your team, you're kind of in the same situations as the whales would be against you. So when it's more balanced, definitely more fun. I said that word again, oh my gosh. But yeah, coming up to 800 points here, and I could see them all pushing forward on the map. And at this point on the voice chat, I was getting really angry with my teammates because I was saying, we need to go central, everyone's heading forward, and I was like, I'm going to die because I cannot stay alive against all these players. And you can see they actually took the Guardian, and I was so pissed about this. I am sorry to my teammates. I didn't swear. I did get a bit angry on voice chat and was going, told you guys, should have got to the center, because as you can see, the scores are insanely close now. We were on a nice little bit of a lead, and this was a real nail biter at this point. I was kind of feeling a bit deflated. I'm kind of pissed off that people weren't listening to me. I need to be more forceful. I should have just sworn, and then everyone maybe would have come to the center. But it's just one of those things. The other teammates were trying to protect our effigies on the other part of the map, whereas myself and the teammate that was with me, we could see that everyone was heading central. But obviously, depending on where you are on the map, you don't always realise how close those people are to the centre just looking at the minimap, unless you're actually right there in the middle of all of it like I was. So yeah, it was a challenge to say the least. And we kind of held on at the last point here. So you can see a lot of the team are just at that top effigy, trying to stop them coming out of spawn, trying to continue to hold on to all of our effigies so that they cannot win the match. And this was the longest match we had. I think when we finished this, we had only, like, as soon as we finished this, we were already in the countdown for the last match of the evening. As you can see from the clock at the bottom, it was a lot longer than any of the other matches we've had for this Bout of Realms event. So it was a lot of fun. And yeah, shout out to these guys who did put up a really good fight. It could have gone either way. And yeah, I was so stressed out. And just at that point where I revived, it was a victory. So I was super happy about this one. I went from being super pissed to, yeah, happy that we actually got victory. So this was the score. I had a crazy amount of kills and assists. I didn't really expect that until I saw it at the end. But I think it's because I was just trying to take people down instead of letting them get to the center at any point throughout the match. So yeah, second match was challenging. Now the third match, I almost forgot to film this. I totally forgot that I'd turned my screen recording off. So in between each match, I turn off the screen recording because obviously I'm playing and filming on mobile. And not only have I been filming Diablo videos and editing Diablo videos today, yes, I do have videos other than PvP that I need to share with you guys. I will have them up at some point this week. I have filmed a few other things. Alongside that, I'd also been filming content for a brand that I sometimes work with over on Instagram. So I've been filming outfitting content this morning. So I have so many videos on my phone all the time, some that need editing, some that are edited, ready to post, that I was like, I don't want to film the full hour of Bout of Realms every time. I don't need to be screen recording myself stood in West March or, looking at my inventory, looking at my stash. So I turned off the screen recording in between each match while we were waiting and while we were just chatting on voice chat. And yeah, almost totally forgot to turn it on for this last match. So where the video started for this last match is exactly where I started screen recording. I almost missed joining my team at the start. And it was my job to take the base effigy, so I almost didn't do my job. So yeah, this one, as you can see, is a challenge. The scores, like the last one, they are slightly ahead of us. We were kind of neck and neck for a while, but they had a really good strategy, and their resonance was a mix. So they had one or two guys, I think it was, one guy that was higher than us, and the rest of them were kind of in line, a couple of lower resonance guys as well. But their strategy was really good, and a few of the guys had really high secondaries. So one of these necromancers had 7k potency, which with my crappy resistance was not a good mix. And you can see I'm getting hit hard. I've got Angmets active on me as well, and I was taking quite a lot of damage in this match. This was more challenging than the last one and a little bit frustrating at times, just because I kept getting taken down by necromancers and all their summons. They seem to keep 2 necromancers in the center at all times, obviously because 2 necromancers with summons is an army alone without the rest of the team. So that was quite a smart strategy, trying to keep them in the middle, because they were just taking everyone down, especially with that crazy high potency. Not only this, they had a few Blood Knights, and Blood Knight, as you know, is kind of difficult now. They've got a lot of immunity. They can kind of move around very, very quickly. And like this, yeah, impossible to take down. They've got so many shields on, similar to what Crusader is, but I would say even more so, like more shields. And you can see there as well a little bit of rubber banding for me and my teammate. The kind of our players, we were just disappearing off the minimap. So I was trying to bandage here, but you can see I've got Angmets active on me, and I knew that it was going to just take me down. That's high potency there for you. So yeah, super, super frustrating when that happens. My bandage got interrupted because I had the dots on me, and then the dot just took me down as I was trying to push forward. And I was so on top of thinking, no, I'm not going to let them take our center effigy. And they were trying to drag us away. I noticed at this point when this Blood Knight moved away, I was like, hang on a minute, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to take us from the center, but then I still wanted to take them down because they were close to being taken down. So but after that I was like, right, back to the center. I need to focus here. I need to be here for when the Guardian spawns, so that we can attempt to take that down in this match. I didn't really want to risk losing that. And obviously, even if all of the effigies are taken, if we still have the center effigy, we will actually spawn in the center, which is a good place to spawn because you're going to spawn right next to where that Guardian is, like I just did there. So it does put you in a good position if you have that center effigy, even if you don't have loads of the outside ones. But yeah, the scores, you can see they're so close, similar to the last match. And it was stressful, to say the least. Like, I'm not the biggest PvP player anyway. You guys know this. I don't play Battleground that competitively. I kind of just play it very casually as and when I want to. I haven't been pushing for Legend in Battleground. I think I've done like 5 Battleground matches all week so far. And, you know, for some people, they play like every time it opens throughout the day for the full time it's open. I do play PvP a lot more casually. And I don't really play the Tower War PvP. I do feel a little bit like they have the Bout of Realms event to try and push the Tower War PvP, because there's not many people that play it. But I'm wondering if I should maybe start playing that as well, because it's good practice. And obviously you can get legendary crests from being legend in that, as well as the normal battleground, I believe. So it might be worth giving that a go, I suppose. But here, 800 points, and I got taken down immediately. And again, I was on voice chat shouting at my team, get to the center, get to the center. Everyone is here from the enemy team, and they took that Guardian down so quickly. You can see how many of them are still here, and I just died again because look at all of those Necromancer summons. Everyone goes on about nerfing Demon Hunter, but honestly I feel like Necromancer needs something as well, especially if, like with the Wizard Coat of the Astrum, how that was nerfed. I feel that some of the summons need something similar to that. Some of the Necromancer summons need a similar balance to what Wizard had with that, for sure, especially with the range and the fact that even when the Necromancer disappeared, their summons are still dealing a crazy amount of damage. So yeah, that's not how Coat of the Astrum works anymore, but that's just me having a little rant there. So yeah, close to them winning here. There wasn't really any coming back from this at this point in the game. You can see they're literally just 50 points away from winning, and we are, oh my gosh, what is it, like 500 points away. So 450 points away. Yeah, still not going to do it. So the last match, unfortunately, was a defeat. We were really hoping for 3 wins, and that just did not happen this evening, unfortunately. So this is the overall result. I died way more than I wanted to. I would have been much happier if I'd not died at all. But as you saw, several times got taken down by those summons. So yeah, this is our overall result on our server. So we are currently now down to 18th. So our team name is Breach, because I always shout that in raids when the Breach comes up. But yeah, that is it from me for this video. Let me know how you're doing in Bout of Realms if you're playing it. And I'll see you in the next one tomorrow night. Have a great day.
Official Diablo Partner.